In the chaos of our daily lives, anger often feels like an old friend, always ready to visit, quick to arrive, and reluctant to leave. But the power to change this lies not in suppressing anger, but in mastering the art of delay. The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote nearly 2,000 years ago that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. These words hold a power that can transform lives even today. Before exploring how to apply this wisdom, it's important to understand why managing anger matters. Uncontrolled anger is like a wildfire. It destroys relationships, damages health, and leaves regrets that can linger for years. Yet anger itself isn't the enemy. It is a natural emotion, signaling that something important is at stake. The real challenge lies in how we respond to it. The Stoics, ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, taught that while external events are beyond control, the way one responds is a choice. In the space between stimulus and response lies the greatest power. Creating a delay before reacting is key to emotional mastery. Consider three individuals from different walks of life who illustrate how this principle can be applied in daily situations. Sarah, a high-powered executive, juggles multiple responsibilities with back-to-back meetings, urgent emails, and high-stakes decisions. During a meeting, she grows increasingly frustrated when a colleague presents a poorly prepared report. In the past, she might have lashed out, but instead, she remembers Marcus Aurelius' words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In that moment, she asks herself three questions. What is within my control in this situation? How would my best self respond? Will this matter a month from now? By pausing, Sarah transforms her anger into a constructive response, turning a potential conflict into an opportunity for improvement. Michael, a high school teacher, faces a different set of challenges. Dealing with teenagers daily requires patience and understanding. One day, a student disrupts the class, testing his patience. He feels anger rising, but recalls Epictetus' words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Instead of reacting immediately, he takes a deep breath, steps back, and considers 3 points. The student's behavior is not a personal attack. There may be underlying issues causing it, and this is an opportunity for a teachable moment. By delaying his response, Michael transforms his anger into empathy, addressing the situation calmly and effectively. Alex, a stay-at-home parent, deals with the daily frustrations of parenting. In a grocery store, their child throws a tantrum, triggering embarrassment and anger. Instead of reacting, Alex remembers Seneca's wisdom. He who is not angry at the sight of evil is not virtuous, but he who does not preserve his calmness amidst his anger is not wise. Pausing, Alex considers 3 thoughts. The child is not giving them a hard time. They are having a hard time. What underlying need is causing this behavior? This moment will pass. By delaying, Alex shifts from frustration to understanding, responding to the child's needs rather than reacting impulsively. These examples illustrate that delaying anger is not about suppressing it, but creating space for wisdom to enter. In this space, actions can align with values rather than immediate emotions. Understanding the science behind anger further explains why delay is powerful. When anger rises, the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, triggers stress hormones, activating the body's fight or flight response. While useful in survival situations, this quick trigger reaction is often harmful in modern life. By pausing for even a few seconds, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's rational thinking center, activates, allowing for thoughtful decision-making. Practicing the art of delay requires intentional effort. Some practical techniques include the 5-to-5-5 rule, in which one asks, will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 months, or 5 years? This simple exercise puts situations into perspective. Another method is box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. Used by Navy SEALs, this technique calms the nervous system and creates a moment of pause. Another approach is the Stoic pause, mentally stepping back and observing a situation as a neutral third party, asking, "What would a wise person do?" Reframing the situation as a challenge rather than a threat also helps shift perspective. Lastly, the "is it true?" technique questions assumptions underlying anger, often revealing that it stems from misinterpretations. Sarah, Michael, and Alex each apply these techniques in their lives. Sarah uses the 5 to 5-5 rule in negotiations, preventing frustration from derailing discussions. Michael practices box breathing when a student tests his patience, helping him respond calmly. Alex uses the Stoic pause to handle parenting challenges, transforming stressful moments into opportunities for growth. Sometimes anger feels too strong to delay. In such cases, it helps to look deeper into the root cause. Often, anger is not just about the immediate trigger, but an unmet need or fear. Asking, "What's really bothering me?" can help shift focus to the real issue. Epictetus reminds us, people are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. This insight shows that anger often stems from interpretations rather than events themselves. Delaying an angry response provides the chance to reassess and choose a more constructive view. A simple exercise can reinforce this practice. Reflect on a recent situation that triggered anger. Take a deep breath and create mental distance from the event. Ask, "What was my interpretation that led to anger? Is there another way to see the situation? What need wasn't being met? If given another chance, how might I respond differently?" This process is not about judging initial reactions, but training the mind to create space for choice in the future. Delaying anger does not mean being passive or avoiding confrontation. On the contrary, mastering this skill allows for clearer, more effective communication. Responding with calm clarity rather than reactive anger gives words greater impact. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. This strength allows for standing firm in principles, setting boundaries without burning bridges, and addressing conflicts constructively. Through practice and patience, anyone can develop the art of delay, transforming anger into wisdom and reactivity into thoughtful action. Sarah, Michael, and Alex each apply the strength of delaying anger in different situations. Sarah recently had to confront a team member about consistently missing deadlines. In the past, her frustration might have led to an angry outburst that could have damaged their working relationship. Instead, she used the Stoic pause to collect her thoughts and had a calm, focused conversation with her team member. She clearly communicated the impact of missed deadlines and worked together to find solutions. Her calm strength led to a productive dialogue and improved performance rather than defensiveness and resentment. Michael faced a challenging parent who was angry about their child's grade. Instead of becoming defensive or angry in return, he used the "is it true?" technique to examine his assumptions about the parent's intentions. He realized that the parent's anger likely stemmed from concern for their child's future. With this perspective, Michael had a constructive conversation, explaining the grading process clearly while also discussing strategies for the student to improve. His calm, empathetic approach turned a potential confrontation into a collaborative effort to support the student. Alex had to deal with a neighbor whose dog constantly barked, disturbing his child's nap times. Instead of angrily confronting the neighbor, Alex used reframing to see the situation as an opportunity to build a better neighborhood relationship. After calming down, Alex approached the neighbor calmly explained the situation, and suggested working together to find a solution. This approach led to a friendly conversation where they discovered the dog was barking due to separation anxiety. They brainstormed ideas to help the dog and maintain peace in the neighborhood. In each of these situations, delaying the initial angry response allowed for a more effective resolution. This is the true power of delay. It doesn't just help avoid the negative consequences of anger, but it also opens up possibilities for positive outcomes that anger would have prevented. However, what about those times when delay doesn't seem possible? When anger rises so quickly and intensely that we react before we can even consider delaying. This is where the practice of mindfulness comes in. Regularly practicing mindfulness in daily life increases overall awareness of emotions, making it easier to catch anger early before it overwhelms us. A simple mindfulness exercise can be practiced several times throughout the day. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What emotions are you feeling right now? Where do you feel them in your body? Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? By regularly tuning into your emotional state, you'll become more adept at noticing the early signs of anger, giving you more opportunities to apply the art of delay. Mastering the art of delay is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you succeed in pausing before reacting and times when anger gets the better of you. The key is to approach this practice with self-compassion. As Epictetus said, we should not be angry with ourselves when we fail, but should keep educating ourselves without any sense of hostility. Each time you successfully delay an angry response, celebrate that victory, no matter how small. When you react in anger, use it as a learning opportunity. Reflect on what triggered your anger, how it felt in your body, and what you might do differently next time. This reflective practice is a form of delay, extending the pause after the event to inform your future responses. Anger itself is not the enemy. It is a natural emotion that signals important issues. The power lies in the pause between the trigger and the response. This pause allows a shift from the reactive emotional brain to the rational thinking brain. Techniques such as the 5-to-5-5 rule, box breathing, and the Stoic pause can help create this crucial delay. Delaying anger is not about suppression, but about choosing a response wisely. Regular mindfulness practice helps catch anger early, creating more opportunities for delay. Mastering the art of delay is an ongoing practice requiring patience and self-compassion. Each instance of anger in life is an opportunity to practice the art of delay. Even a delay of a few seconds can make a significant difference. Over time, these small delays grow longer, providing more space to choose responses wisely. As Seneca said, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Within each person is the power to transform their relationship with anger. By mastering the art of delay, not only do we avoid the destructive consequences of uncontrolled rage, but we also open ourselves up to more constructive, compassionate, and effective ways of engaging with the world. The next time anger rises, take a breath and create that tiny space between stimulus and response. In that space lies the power to choose, to respond rather than react, to understand rather than judge, to transform rather than destroy. This is the true power of delay, and it resides within everyone. Anger should not be seen as an enemy to be defeated, but as a messenger to be listened to after thoughtful delay. In doing so, anger can become a catalyst for growth, understanding, and positive change. The journey of mastering anger through delay is a lifelong one, leading to greater peace, stronger relationships, and a deeper understanding of oneself and others. Daily reflection is one of the most powerful ways to reinforce this habit. The Stoics practiced an exercise known as the evening review, reflecting on their actions at the end of each day, especially how they handled challenging situations. This practice can be adapted to focus on managing anger by asking, when did I feel anger today? Did I manage to create a delay before responding? If so, what was the outcome? If not, how might things have been different if I had? What can I learn from this to apply tomorrow? This simple practice trains the mind to be more aware of anger-triggering situations, creating that crucial pause in the heat of the moment. But what about times when anger seems justified, when faced with genuine injustice or wrongdoing? The Stoics believed that anger could have a place when it was controlled, proportionate, and directed toward addressing injustice. Even in these cases, delay is crucial. Seneca wrote, "Anger, even when it is justified, should never be expressed in private." Wait for witnesses before manifesting it. This delay ensures that anger is justified, allows time to formulate an effective response, and increases the likelihood of a constructive outcome. Great leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela effectively channeled their anger towards social justice. Their anger at systemic injustice was not eliminated, but transformed through patience and wisdom into powerful, nonviolent action. They exemplify how delay can turn anger from a destructive force into a catalyst for positive change. As the art of delay is practiced, the relationship with anger begins to change. Instead of seeing anger as an overwhelming force, it can be viewed as valuable information, a signal that something needs attention. The Stoic principle of assent teaches that initial impressions should be examined before accepting them as true. When anger first arises, it helps to pause and ask, is this anger serving me? Is it proportionate to the situation? Is there a more constructive way to address what's bothering me? By consistently applying this practice, self-control and moderation are cultivated. This doesn't mean never feeling angry, but having the wisdom to know when anger is appropriate and the self-control to express it constructively. Sarah has found that practicing delay has improved both her professional and personal relationships. By pausing before reacting to her partner's occasional thoughtless comments, she has had more constructive conversations about her needs and feelings, strengthening their bond. Michael has started teaching his students about the art of delay, incorporating mindfulness exercises into his classes. Classroom behavior has improved, and parents have expressed gratitude for the positive impact at home. Alex has discovered that mastering delay has increased overall life satisfaction. By responding thoughtfully rather than angrily to daily frustrations, he finds more joy in parenting and more energy for personal pursuits. These stories remind us that delaying anger is not just about avoiding adverse outcomes, but about creating space for more positive and fulfilling experiences in all areas of life. Mastering the art of delay is not about achieving perfection. There will still be moments when anger gets the better of us. The key is patience and self-compassion. Each moment of anger is an opportunity to practice, learn, and grow. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. By aspiring to respond with wisdom rather than anger, a path of continuous growth and self-improvement is set. Commit to creating that tiny space between stimulus and response. Even a delay of a few seconds can make a significant difference. With practice, these small delays grow longer, allowing more space for wise responses. The power to transform the relationship with anger lies within. In that space of delay is the freedom to choose, to respond with wisdom, and to create a more peaceful and fulfilling life.